Let's come to you all one by one, and I'll come to Nirupama Rao because she has to leave us in a bit. Nirupama Rao, my question to you is, how do you see this playing out now, irrespective of who wins? Whether it's Biden, who is the slight frontrunner, or Trump, is a divided states of America bad news for India and the world at the moment?
Well, I wouldn't call it the divided states of America, Rajdeep. I think it will still be the United States of America for the rest of the world. But yes, the second point is that this election, it turns out to be a referendum on President Trump. Whether he wins or whether he loses, it will be a referendum on the last 4 years. How does the world look at it? I think the world, yes, does see a polarized, very disunited electorate, political class, and you see that divide right across the country. This polarization is not going to go away, regardless of what the outcome of the election is going to be. At this stage, we don't know who is going to win. It's pretty much of a cliffhanger. This Biden wave that everybody predicted hasn't turned out to be such a wave. It became quite a tepid phenomenon. And Mr. Trump seems still willing to put up a fight. And of course, in his characteristic impulse-driven style, he's also threatened to take this whole election to the Supreme Court. And that is going to complicate the situation further. As far as the rest of the world is concerned, if Mr. Trump returns to power, you've seen his policy outreach in the last 4 years. He's dealing with America's allies. His contentious relations, most bordering on conflict vis-a-vis China, and what he's been doing in the Middle East, which of course has won him quite a lot of points, I think, with the Americans who support him. The deal struck between Israel and the UAE and Bahrain, for instance, and the moving of the embassy, the US embassy, to East Jerusalem. So he's of course on Iran. I think for all of us in this region, the policy has been pretty much of a disaster, and I don't know how they're going to put Humpty Dumpty together again as far as that is concerned, even if Mr. Biden returns to power. And on trade, he's been so transactional. Will Mr. Biden adopt the same policies? Perhaps not. He believes more in institutions. I believe that that very, very transactional tone could be toned down, who knows. But Mr. Biden will also have to concentrate on the domestic agenda, on the economy, on, all that seems to concern the electorate within the country. So I don't believe there will be too much of a radical or tectonic shift in foreign policy focus, even if a Democratic administration comes to power.
Okay, Nirupama Rao, thanks very much for giving us your initial remarks to that. But